In this video, I will talk about how to read your lipid profile so that you will have a better understanding of how your lipids work, okay? So, I basically regularly take a blood test and I see that my cholesterol is always elevated, okay? So my dad tends to always get worried because he says you are at risk for getting cancer, heart attack, and all this stuff, okay? But what I always say is that the problem is not the cholesterol itself, but it's what is around, okay? My insulin is extremely low. I have an insulin of 3.16 or something like this, okay? So my insulin is extremely low. My HDL is good. My triglycerides are extremely low, okay? My VLDL is extremely low, okay? So what happens is that when you have high cholesterol or a cholesterol that is over the range, but all the lipid profiles are amazing, low triglycerides, low VLDL, high HDL, okay? This is basically a sign that you are not at risk for having a heart attack. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm a biology student, but I research this stuff, okay? I do blood tests regularly to see how my body reacts to everything, okay? So if I tell you this stuff, it's basically because I do research, and before saying this, I have an idea of what I'm saying, okay? So what I suggest is this. When you're reading your lipid profile is that first you should see your triglycerides, okay? If your triglycerides are low, you're basically not at risk for a heart attack. Particularly if you have high HDL and low triglycerides, that is basically the case in which you are healthy, okay? So do not just look at cholesterol, but look at other parameters like very low LDL, HDL, but also triglycerides, okay? If these are in range, you basically, in my opinion, don't have to worry about your total cholesterol. Another thing that I would also look at is CRP, C-reactive protein, which basically signals the inflammation in your body, okay? CRP is actually released from the liver. If you have a low CRP, you have also low insulin, which basically says that you are very healthy, okay? Then you should not worry, okay? So as a summary, when seeing your blood test, check your total cholesterol, your VLDL. You can also check your apolipoprotein if you want, your HDL, your triglycerides. Okay, this is basically the things you should check if you want to know how your health is. But if you see that you have high cholesterol, high HDL, low triglycerides, low VLDL, you should not worry. Okay, and particularly if you have low insulin and low CRP. So this is basically what you should look for, in my opinion, when you do your blood test, to have an idea of how you are. Okay, now this is my opinion. I'm not a doctor. This is what I would do, okay? If you're interested in working with me or send me a private message, you can actually text me, and I have a link in my bio.